Hey, what's up, everybody? Chris here, and today I'm bringing you my review of Beast, the Idris Elba creature feature that I actually had been looking forward to for a while. So, little known fact about me, potentially little known, I guess, is that if a movie's got some kind of monster or some kind of animal that's gone crazy in it, I'm a sucker for it. So, of course, Jaws is one of my top movies of all time. I'm excited about Cocaine Bear coming up, but this is one of those movies that I was really looking forward to because I think it was Ghost in the Darkness, which came out, years ago, decades ago at this point, and that had Michael Douglas in it. Was a pretty solid lion movie, but this one looked to be even better potentially. Having watched it last night, I can say that I did enjoy it, but it's not without its faults for sure. I think for the most part, though, what I can say is this actually is a pretty well written movie. In terms of how they build the tension. So the way that the lion is introduced, the way that the whole scenario kind of plays out, without getting to spoilers, this is going to be a relatively spoiler-free movie. I like that component of it, and I think that the actors and the director and everybody involved does a really nice job with that piece of the movie. With that said, this is one of those movies that you constantly are sort of saying to yourself, well, that was dumb. I can't believe that character did that. So that might seem to contradict the idea that it's well written. But again, when you look at it from a tension perspective, they do a pretty good job. But there are just so many scenes where a character who is knowledgeable about the lion and how lions behave and that kind of thing, or even, a figure who's trying to protect somebody is saying, don't stay, don't get out of the car, stay in the car, stay right where you're at. And of course, the character inevitably gets out of the car, puts themselves in danger. There's a lot of that kind of stuff that's a little bit frustrating in the movie. And actually, toward the end of the movie, there's some pretty shoddy CG. So of course, anytime you're seeing a line in this movie, it's going to be mostly CGI, especially with the different set pieces that they have set up, the action sequences, and all of that. And I would say that the lion that's, sort of the title of this movie, the one that's gone a little bit crazy because poachers killed this lion's whole pride except for it, and it's out for revenge. It's got a bloodlust for human beings. The way that they handle the CG for that line, for the most part, is good. There are some moments, though, where it doesn't look as great as maybe I would have hoped it would have. And especially at the end, there's one moment at the end with one of the characters that just completely took me out of it. And it was actually sort of a pivotal concluding moment type of situation. Again, I don't want to get into spoilers, but it was almost on par, actually, with something like The Matrix Reloaded, where you've got sort of rubbery Keanu Reeves, Neo doing a bunch of things, and it just doesn't look very convincing at all. Now that we're in 2022, 2023, when this movie came out, that's kind of, I don't want to say unforgivable, but for a big budget movie that's on the big screen in theaters, that's something you definitely don't want to see. Overall though, I think this is a pretty solid movie. It's got a simple, straightforward premise. There is sort of a subtext, sort of, this pretty straightforward there. I'm saying subtext to suggest that it's sort of an underlying meaning, but now that I'm saying that, really it's kind of a superficial character arc where Idris Elba is a father who's grappling with a lot of things, and so his character, of course, is going to evolve over the course of the movie. The way that his children view him is going to change also, but overall, I think they handled that piece of it and those parts of it pretty well. It's just that the CG is kind of shoddy at times. It's just that the decision making is a little bit questionable at times. And of course, you're required to suspend disbelief a good bit in this movie, but I wouldn't say that it's ever a total jump the shark type of situation, at least not to me. So if you like creature feature types of movies, I really enjoyed this. If you've seen Beast, let me know what you think in the comments down below. And as always, thanks so much for watching.